This unique and pristine coastland, rich in natural reserves, has been home to the Mampondo clan for centuries. Their ancient culture is entrenched in their spiritual and physical survival. Chanting and dancing to their traditional music symbolizes their appreciation of life. Here, subsistence farming, fishing and ecotourism keep the wheels turning. For many years, the area's flora and fauna remained untouched.
Our forefathers relied on land for food production, and farming is our life. We rely on tilling the land. Here we produce bananas, tomatoes, onions, and so forth. So if they mine this land, we will lose water, we will lose fishing, and we will not be able to send our kids to school. That is why we are opposed to any form of mining.
But after 1994, villagers say they saw an influx of multinationals and profiteers attracted by vast sands rich in titanium. The conflict in Xholobeni followed the announcement that the then Minister of Minerals and Energy, Buyelwa Sonjecha, made in 2005 that an Australian mining company, Minerals Commodities, and its subsidiary, Transworld Energy and Minerals, were going to mine the red sand dunes for titanium. Concerned about their fate, as a community they went to court to assert their rights over their coastland. In 2018, Xholobeni's Amadiba Crisis Committee won their battle, but the war is far from over. The 2021 attempt by Shell to conduct seismic exploration for gas and oil along the Wild Coast also ended up in court over the rights of coastal communities to determine their lives, livelihoods, land and coastline. On the 1st of September 2022, the Makhanda High Court revoked the seismic exploration rights that both the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy and the Department of Environmental Affairs had granted to Shell and Impact Africa, a privately owned company. The court ruled that indigenous coastal communities have the fundamental rights to be consulted before the granting of mining licenses, and are entitled to examine applications for mining licenses as well as demand unbiased scientific environmental impact assessments. This in order to prevent degradation and destruction of the pristine wild coast ecosystem.
These three mega projects that our government is proposing in our coastal of Amadiba are not the development that is coming from the people. It's a top-down approach, which is the thing that we always try to say to the government. If our government want to develop us, he must listen to us, they must talk to us, what type of development that we see. Because if you look the exploration, oil and gas, there is nothing for us. Instead, our ocean is going to be polluted. The marine life will be killed.
They believe this invasion of their land is a gross violation of human rights.
Australian mining company want to mine a titanium in Xholobeni. Secondly, we're facing a Shell exploration want to mine and test the oil and the gas in our ocean, but no consultation. No one from the government, no one from the company ever consulted us. They only do, they actually come down approach, a top-down approach. They never consider to come to the ground and speak to the people and get the views of the people, what we thinking, what we saying about what they propose to us. And that they are highly violate our human rights.
Villagers from the area want to continue their self-sustainable survival and prosperity through agriculture, fishing and tourism. They believe in community development, but not at any cost.
We till the land, we harvest mussels from the sea coast, we harvest crayfish, and here are they. We eat them, so there is nothing that can make government to take our human rights from us. There is absolutely nothing. We are not surfing. We need our human rights to be protected. Our government is continuing oppressing us as if we are not citizens.
You see, mining and ecotourism and agroecology, it's like you put a jackal and a goat in the same kraal, so that can destroy each other. So mining and all this kind of development, they cannot exist together. For example, even now that we can see the road planning as well, so we don't see ourselves fitting in that program as well as youth.
The murder of Sikosipi Bazuka Xholobeni in March in 2016 is still felt deeply in this community, a pain they say will never cease to exist. He was one of the activists pushing back against the encroachment on their land.
Because he's not the only one. There's many that we've already lost during this struggle of defending the human rights. But what we are calling upon from our own government is that our human rights are also important also than the money. Right now, our government must not put the profit first.
This matter divided the community, with some villagers claiming that they were tortured and arrested for defending their land.
You know, we were abused by the people who called themselves pro-mining. They broke into our houses, windows were vandalized because they could not find me at home. But what is so painful is that investigators came and they took the empty cartridges, but before the court case was thrown out of the court roll. These people are known and they live among us.
No, there is no freedom here. Here at Xholobeni, we are just victimized by our own government. From Zamba to Mtendu, we do not know anything about freedom. They came here and wanted to remove us from here. They wanted to do mining while we were still looking at that. They came back again with another mining, gas and oil exploration. So our human rights are violated.
They come with big machines and drill the land. When you ask them what are they doing, they just tell you that, have you not heard from the chief that will be working here? If you ask them, are you guys planning or you are just doing as you wish? How can you rape and propose love afterwards? Don't you see that this is a violation of human rights?
Coastal communities, they are being harassed, they are arrested, whilst on the other end, the government is not giving them the free subsistence licenses that they were promised. But now when they are caught fishing, they do get arrested. On the other hand, at night, they watch and see helplessly the trawlers, the fishing trawlers that come in at night into the coastal waters, especially in the MPA areas, that come in and fish in numbers at night, switching off engines and lights.
The government is adamant that these projects are part of the ocean economy and will change the lives of the impoverished communities.
The discovery, the prospecting and the subsequent mining of any mineral in our district is of top priority to us as the district municipality, because we want to develop our district, and any investor that comes to prospect, to mine and to invest in our district will yield jobs for our people, development of our communities. because we understand that investors will not only come to extract minerals and live with them, but rather will also invest socially in our district to develop education, to develop many fields that will benefit our future and our youth as the district. So yes, we do support any mining prospects in our district.
A never-ending battle with communities calling on government to prioritize the human rights over profit, while government is adamant on mining the land.
What we're asking from our government is that our rights must be put first, and also to make sure that even if they are going to do development, we know that since 1994, there is a small booklet which is called Constitution, that it protects all the citizens of South Africa. That booklet must be utilized in a way that it must protect all of us, not only the corporations.
What is nice about mineral deposits, they don't migrate. If you block it from being mined, it lays there. One day there will be people who see the need for mining. That is wealth in Xholobeni is for the people of Xholobeni.
I'm Xholobeni, SABC News, Xholobeni, Mbizana.